What's up, guys? My name is Chaotic. Back at you guys a little one today. Coming at you guys with a video about ranking my best and worst psychedelics. Now, this video is going to touch natural psychedelics that I've done, all of the natural psychedelics I've done, and some of the RC psychedelics in the RC scene. And these RC chemicals and psychedelics are, honestly, my favorites. But some of them are not as good as the others, so I'm going to be ranking them. So we have 17 substances, as you can see right here, and we're gonna start getting into this in a few moments. So hope you guys are, most importantly, stay high, stay lifted, man. Always remember to stay high, stay lifted. Okay, so make sure you got something to eat, something to drink. It's gonna be a little long of a video. Okay, so don't know how long it's gonna take me, but I'm gonna be describing everything and I'm gonna be ranking it, and hopefully you guys agree with this list right here. If you don't, let me know down in the comments. So let's get right into it, my guys. And yeah, man, let's do it. So the first psychedelic I'm going to review is my beloved acid, man. This is my favorite of all time. All time, okay? Nothing ever is gonna really beat it, but sometimes, I actually put that shit to rest recently, and haven't done it in 4 months or more. So, but sorry, it's still my top favorite psychedelic. So let's get into, basically why I believe it is going to be S tier. Now, the reason why I put it in S tier is because it wasn't the first psychedelic I got into. It definitely helps you out. It's a little bit, it's longer lasting, so like the therapeuticness of it is kind of a little bit longer lasting. It's more of a just like mind fucky too. And man, I just love things that last long. I don't like when things that are I don't like when like effects are over very easily or very like fast. Cause when you're tripping, things can go fast or things can go slow. And then sooner or later you're not really tripping no more. You're not having fun. Like, what the fuck, man? You really want to have fun, So, anyways, yeah, that is gonna be right on the top of S tier right there for sure. And yeah, leave me down in the comments if you guys agree with that. So, next one is gonna be shrooms. Now, psilocybin, psilocin. Very fond of it. Yeah, I also tried it around the period I tried acid. Same year I tried acid, actually. This is back in 2016. And this is going to be, honestly, another favorite of mine. I love the entheogenicness of it. It's very more, I guess, soul-reaching. It's completely natural, So, you can kind of feel like, acid's a little more synthetic. This is more natural. So, S tier is the best for that one right now, I'm going to be honest. Because it fits it. Anyways, so yeah, just as good as acid, just doesn't last as long. Although if you take a big ass dose, you redose, man, you're gonna be in for a fucking long ass trip. So yeah, be careful about those trips, man. Anyways, so getting back into another psychedelic of mine that's very fond of, or I'm very fond of. Let's get into 2CB, man. 2CB. Now, this shit is fun. Honestly, I would, because it actually is a lot more easier for psychedelic. Man, I'm gonna put that shit in A tier. I don't really have too much experience with it, but 2CB is my, it's like, okay, imagine like acid shrooms and like a little bit of MDMA mixed into a psychedelic. It's kind of what it feels like. But it feels more related to mescaline. It feels more related to mescaline than it does to acid or shrooms. So, yeah. So, that basically sums it up. Oops. Yeah. That basically shows that, I mean, it doesn't really deserve, I guess. I'm ranking, I guess, like fond drugs, like people that like drugs that are more popular. 2CB is kind of underground, So I'll put an A tier, but S tier. Honestly, if it had more popularity, it would be S tier for me. I'm just ranking by popularity and also my personal use of these substances. So, all right. Now, going to move on into some DMT, N,N-dimethyltryptamine, my friend. So, N,N-DMT. I also tried this first time, man. I remember trying to make a plastic smoking device to smoke this DMT, and man, it didn't really work out so well. But I really had to, really try to make it work. So honestly, it was crazy. I saw 3 laughing clowns, and I actually managed to see some weird shit. All right, and I guess they were like jesters, not clowns. So I definitely saw the jesters, man, and they were pretty freaky. Okay. Now, I don't really like how DMT is so intense and short-lived, so I'm gonna put it at A tier. But honestly, it's definitely life-changing and worthy. And honestly, man, it's really just a crazy ass drug, bro. You would have to try it just to find out. Okay, no matter no matter how many experiences you hear about it. If you don't try it yourself, you're never really gonna truly know exactly how it feels. So just saying, gotta try it sometimes, man. Alright, so let's get into some more psychedelics, man. Alright. Mescaline. Honestly, I love my phenethylamines. And because it honestly feels a lot more like MDMA than 2CB. Actually, 2CB feels more MDMA-ish if you take a lower dose. So does mescaline, though. I put that at A tier. If it wasn't for like the stomach nausea, it's a little more nauseating. But the trip is a little better and funner, and honestly, just a little better, man. I'm gonna be honest. Now, yeah. Honestly, 2CB is. I'm gonna put that in S tier, man. That's definitely a favorite of mine right there. 2CB is the best, okay? Always going to be, okay? Now, so we got acid, shrooms, 2CB and S tier right now. We got N,N-DMT A tier, mescaline A tier. And let me know now down in the comments if you guys agree with this or not, alright? Now, moving on. So, since we did DMT a little bit earlier, now I'm gonna get into 5-MeO DMT. Now, this stuff is pretty crazy. It's a lot more dark feeling, I'm gonna be honest. So, I'll put it in an A tier. It's definitely worthy of that. But be careful with that shit. Very careful with 5-MeO DMT, man. Very potent. Crazy ass shit. It's honestly crazy how oh man, you'd have to try it to know how it feels. The research chemical version of it. The synthetic version. It's a little different, man. I'm sure it's different than the toad venom version. I think the toad venom version is actually a little bit stronger than this synthetic for sure. Because it's got the other alkaloids and other whatnot shit inside of that venom. But anyways, that is pretty much it for that right there. We're about to get into some synthetic shit real quick. Or we did get some synthetic stuff when we got to DMT. So I'm gonna get into DPT. Now DPT, I'm gonna put it into a B. Didn't really have much experience with it, So can't really say much about it, but it's definitely just as dark as 5-MeO DMT. I prefer DMT over both of those. So yeah, they don't feel as like recreational. Like they're just too potent and crazy. They just don't. They evoke a weird like dark reaction out of you, man. And I'm not really fond of drugs that do that shit. And or not like psychedelic especially, man. I want to feel happy. I want to feel connected. I don't want to feel out of myself, And luckily these things don't last long. They only last 15 minutes. So that's really nice. So there's that going for it, Anyways, so let's get into something that's like acid. So back in the day, there was orange sunshine that was going around, and I believe it was LSD 52 instead of LSD. So this stuff feels a lot like LSD, by the way. And if someone sold you this as acid, you would even know. I'll be honest. It feels very similar. It's a little more recreational, and you do need a higher of a dose to like match acid. So like 150 micrograms of ALD 52 is like equal to 100 micrograms of acid, basically. So acid's a little more potent, ALD 52, but ALD 52 honestly deserves to be an A tier because it is fun. Okay, I'll be honest, it's recreational as hell, and it's a little more easy going than acid, so that deserves to be, pretty high up on a good tier. Now, since we did mescaline, a completely natural plant, we're gonna get into completely synthetic shit that's related to mescaline. Okay. Now this mescaline stuff is some crazy stuff, man. So let's get into it. Alolescaline. Oh man, feels like 12-hour Molly, bro. This is fucking A tier. I mean, no, S tier. I gotta say it's S tier, man. Anyways, so the reason why I say it's S tier, man, I don't know. I've never taken anything where it literally feels like a 12-hour Molly high, man. I'm even gonna be playing. It's a lot less visual than mescaline. It's almost as potent as mescaline. It's not as potent as mescaline for sure. It definitely feels like mescaline. It feels like MDMA. It's not stimulated, like at all. It's not, like the next chem we'll come by to get into 3CP. Not gonna be stimulating like that, but so it actually feels a little more like MDMA because it's not stimulating. So it's pretty interesting. Or it actually would feel more like it if it was stimulating. But at the same time, this stuff, man, you can fall asleep on it. I fell asleep on it. It's very calming, very relaxing, very soul revealing, and it actually freaking, man, I swear I can feel the serotonin come back online, man. Like, I don't know what it does, but it's a potent ass antidepressant as well. Very rare shit, and I ran out of it recently. So, and I'm probably never gonna get it again until later on, sometime, bro. Because I don't know when I'm gonna get that stuff again. That stuff was nice though, I really gotta admit. Anyways, now since we did alolescaline related mescaline, do some 3CP. Now I forgot exactly what 3CP stands for. Let's look that up real quick. It's okay, it's gonna be methyl-propoxydiamoxide. What the hell? How do you pronounce that? What the fuck? Interesting. Hold on. So three. Damn, where's the C come from? Anyways, yeah, 3CP, man. Just refer to it as a 3CP. Basically, so 3CP is actually gonna be an A tier. Feels exactly like a Molly high as well. It's actually a stimulating. It's actually amphetamine like. It's pretty interesting. Definitely feels like a mix between Adderall and a mescaline high. It's really weird actually, and there's definitely some tachycardia involved with that substance. So I don't know how safe it is. Like I guess how safe it could be, on your body, I guess. But it's definitely fun. It's definitely recreational, and you'd have a good time on that for sure, man, for sure. But yeah, I don't know. Definitely try to get it sometime if you can. It's always definitely a good chemical, man. It feels exactly like that. And alolescaline, try to get alolescaline or 3CP. They feel like long-lasting Molly highs, and you don't have to risk, your serotonin loss. And it actually leaves you happy because it's potent, long-lasting mescaline analogs. So it relieves depressions for. I mean, I don't know. It really fucking helps. I'll be honest, bro. Testimony coming from a post MDMA abuser. Just gotta say. Anyways, going back into some more psychs, man. Now, since we did other stuff, I'm gonna do LSA. So LSA, LSA and LSH actually. So these are two chemicals that are in Hawaiian baby woodrow seeds. So have you ever done Hawaiian baby woodrow seeds? Have you ever seen Psych Subs do it or anyone? I'm sure you've seen it before. Anyways, these things are pretty crazy, okay? And I never knew how potent they were, but 1 or 2 or 3 of them, oh man, you're tripping for a long time too, 12 to 16 hours, man. And it feels exactly almost like LSD, except a little more toxic. It's a little more it's a little more vasoconstrictive than acid or LD52. I prefer ALD52 over this for sure, and it's actually more nauseating too because it's like shrooms, it's like mescaline, it's like it's natural, So I noticed these natural psychedelics, they're a little more nauseating, So LSA is gonna be going to, I'll put it in B. I had good times with it. B is not bad, just saying. I'm just putting in B. I didn't do it enough. I actually have done it enough, but it's not really that my favorite. Not my favorite for sure. Definitely not my favorite. Now, salvia. Never liked him, man. That's a C. I guess you can have a good time with it, but I never liked it. I'm gonna be honest. It kind of sucked. Okay, I don't know. Didn't really do anything. But man, I don't know. I don't know what was wrong with that, but anyways, salvia, man. I just never really had good, times with it. Like, leave down the comments if what experience you've had on it. I've never really had a good experience, I'll be honest. And salvia, it always made me feel like prickly, like needles were prickling me, and my clothes were like fucking heavy, and just it made me feel. It made me feel like I was like the gravity was turned on to 100 or 1,000. Like everything felt heavier. My limbs, everything. I just hate it. So actually, I'm gonna put it a D. I do not like salvia. I'll be honest, but so it's a little worse of a psychedelic for me. And yeah. Now the next one we're getting into is Hawaiian, or no. Yopo seeds. So these have bufotenin, 5-HO-DMT, 5-hydroxy-DMT. And honestly, these sucked. Okay? I don't know. They didn't really do much. And I think you have to have a whole bunch of them, but you can't really get high off of them. So that's going to be in D tier for sure. For sure. I'll put that in C tier, actually. I don't hate it that much. Because I believe there is... No, it's because salvia, I believe, it's not meant to be smoked. So there is a good side to it. But people smoke it and, like, I think I read somewhere. Nah, the spirit of salvia does not like to be smoked. So when you smoke salvia, you really ask for it. Just saying. Very crazy. And this shit didn't really do shit, so... Yeah, D. And, alright, so... I'm going to get into some 5-MeO MIPT. Now, 5-MeO MIPT right here. Definitely a fave. That's going to be an S tier, man. So, we got acid, shrooms, 2CB, alesculin, 5-MeO MIPT. All these are chill-ass drugs, man. You're always going to have a good time, okay? Maybe not acid, but some people can't handle that shit. But honestly, I don't know how. It means you're hiding from something. You better... I don't know. Acid brings out something that makes you realize real shit. Then we got dimethyltryptamine, mescaline, 5-MeO DMT, ALD52, and 3CP. Another mescaline analog in the A tier. Dipropyltryptamine. We got Hawaiian baby woodrow seeds, also known as LSA, in the B tier. Salvia in the C tier. And bufotenin and yopo seeds in the D tier. So, yeah. Moving on. For ACO DT. Now, this stuff feels like a synthetic shrooms. Very synthetic. It's nice, it's chill. I'll put this, I guess, in B tier, yeah. B tier will be the best tier for this thing. Yeah, it feels like shrooms. It's very related. And not much to say other than I'd say it's more visual than shrooms. thinking about the same potency, and really that's about it for that one. And I don't know if you could source it, but it'd be nice if you could. Kind of hard to do that stuff nowadays. RC scenes kind of went to shit, so be careful. All right. Now, 4-HOMET, 4-HOMET. So 4-hydroxymethylethyltryptamine. Now this feels most similar to shrooms. Synthetic, but it's nice. It's more recreational than shrooms, actually. So I would say you'd have a better time on this than actual shrooms. So I would actually put that at A tier. Definitely worthy of that. And yeah, man, definitely a lot like shrooms. It's definitely a lot like that. And man, it is some nice shit. If you ever get that stuff, you definitely do it. Now, I would be rating 4-ACO-DMT, but I never tried 4-ACO-DMT. Basically the same thing as shrooms anyway. So it converts to psilocin in your body, so that's really nice. And so in the last one, we got 4-ACO-EBT. So this one's really weird. It's ethylpropyltryptamine or something. 4-ACO-ethylpropyltryptamine. Pretty interesting. I'll put this in B tier, man, because very similar to all the other ones I was reviewing, and really that's about it, man, for that. Very similar to 4-ACO-DET, and very similar to 4-HOMET. I would say it's more similar to this than that. So, but all of these are very similar. So they're all shroom analogs, Metocin. This is Metocin, basically. Also known as that. So, and then some of these, like, I don't know, forgot what the other one names are, but they got little weird names and shit. You can look it up, man. It's really interesting. But anyway, so yeah, we got those 4-ACO-DET, 4-ACO-EPT in the B tier, 4-HOMET in the A tier, man, along with all the ones I just said earlier and everything. So yeah, I hope you guys, enjoyed this tier list video and agree with everything. If you don't, it's alright. So leave me down in the comments if you wanted me to, have a better choice for one of these categories or not. But anyways, if not, it's alright, man. But leave a like and a subscribe for more, man, and leave a comment. If you guys disagree and or agree, I love to read those comments. All right, guys. So I hope you guys are gonna stay high, stay lifted, and enjoy this video, man. So yeah, peace out to the next one.